Mm. Welcome, guys, to this live stream. Everyone that is going to be coming in, everyone that is going to, watch this live stream later, um, welcome to this live stream. This is a Q&A section, and with this Q&A section, I am also going to be, telling you about my experience for the past 1 year, in Poland. I'm going to be talking about my experience for the past 1 year and the steps when it comes to working as a student in Poland. Of course, it's not just like a short video, so I'm going to just go straight to the point in this video. Lots of people say I ramble a lot on my videos, so I'm just going to go straight to the point, and we are going to be talking about my work experience for the past 1 year in Poland. So I'm going to be looking at about 5 major points. I'm going to be looking at the jobs I have done. We are going to look at the jobs, each of them. We're going to look at how I got these jobs, okay? So we're going to be looking at the jobs. We're going to look at how I got these jobs. We're going to be looking at my experiences in these jobs, okay? I'm going to be talking about my experiences with the jobs for the past 1 year. And also, I'm going to be talking about the disadvantage and the advantage of each job. So you have to know that the advantages and disadvantages of each of these jobs that I have all been through for the past 1 year. And also, finally, I'm going to be looking at how much I earned, and how much you are possibly going to earn if you come over to Europe and want to start working as a student, though. So that is just it. So I would say that I am very qualified, to make this kind of video. I am very, very much qualified in the sense that I have seen it all. I have done it all. I have worked in every industry you can think about, will I say almost everything? Like, let me say just 70 to 80% of what you are going to think of as a student coming over to Europe or to Poland in particular. So I think I am very, 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 very much very, very much acquainted or going to be, in that state of possibility to say this. Okay, so I have worked in 4 particular sectors. I have worked in the gig economy, or what like the gig economy, where you are fully in charge of what you make and what you don't make. Also, we are also going to have worked in the factory economy. I've worked in the gig economy, I've worked in the factory economy, and I have also worked in the retail economy. And also, finally, I'm now working in the white collar economy, the office job, or whatever you can call that. Okay, so I'm going to go through this. I'm going to take you through my journey with getting these jobs, and some of the experiences I had, and what you are possibly going to be looking at, the kind of experience you are going to be looking at having, and what to expect financially from this particular job. So that is what this live is going to be covering. And with that said, let's jump into the first one, and that is the gig economy. So when I mean the gig economy, what do we mean? Like, we can talk about things like maybe you can talk about the online jobs like Fiverr. Okay, you can talk about the delivery, as like the Uber Eats. These places where you are almost in control of the money, how it comes in, when you want it to come in, how much work you can do. Okay, so this is just what this gig economy is. And the gig economy that I was involved in when I came into Poland was the delivery. Okay, and it was an Uber Eats. Okay, I became a delivery guy. Yes, that is what it is. I did that. I wanted to really really go through a lot of processes. I really wanted to get involved. I really wanted to see what these things look like. So I got involved in the delivery. I came into Poland August. Yes, by the 1st of August I was here. So by the first month I had already started working. By the first month I had already started working. I did not take my house rent or anything from anybody. By the first month of me coming to Poland, I had already started working. Okay, so from August to September, I was working in the gig economy. I was working in the delivery section. So I am very vast and I know how to explain this to you. So actually, in that gig economy, in the Uber Eats economy, how I got this job, as I said, I got this job by from acquaintances, from people. Firstly, when you come into Poland, you have to know, you have to try to know people, you have to try to meet those on the ground. Okay, don't just come in here and become an isolationist. Okay, that's what I said. Don't become an isolationist. You have to know those on the ground. And by knowing those on the ground, I started, getting, bond up. I really want to start making money from the day one. I don't want to waste time. I had this 2 months period where before my school started. So with the help of some friends, I was able to land someone who actually signed me up for the Uber Eats, and I began doing the Uber Eats. In less than 1 week of signing up, I purchased the Uber Eats bag from online, like just normal, like the from the Facebook marketplace. And after I purchased it online, I hopped on firstly my bicycle. I started doing it with bicycle. Now my experience with Uber Eats, it is not a very pleasant experience. It was not completely a very pleasant experience. Although I enjoyed, riding the bicycles, and then finally I went over to mopeds. From the bicycle, I went over to a moped, a small, bike. I love these, but then it was not a completely amazing experience. And why was this so? Because I did fall into the hands of a very wicked person who actually rented out his moped to me. So I'm going to talk about this story on another video. It has to be something you have to be aware of, that there are people like this in Poland also. So people who want to take advantage of you once you just come. Okay, people would want to take advantage of you, and someone did, and of course it is what it is. So that is, I got into the gig economy by friends and those acquaintances around. And what are the advantages of the gig economy? I would say that the first advantage of the gig economy is that you are solely in control of how much money you want to make. So, like, already you know how much a delivery is possibly going to cost. You know that a delivery can cost anywhere between 1 zloty to 15 zloty. So you are solely in control of how much you possibly want to make per day, and also how much time you want to work. You are not going to find this in any other economy except the gig economy, where you are fully in control of how much you want to earn, and also how much time you work. Okay, so this is like a very, very big advantage of the gig economy when you come over to Europe. It is something that is accessible to anybody. Okay, and my advice to you is, if you do not have driving license, okay, then you can actually use a moped or a bicycle. There are no licenses needed for that. But if you can get a driving license, okay, please get a driving license while you are coming over to Europe, whether for studies or whatever. It's going to be very important to you. Now, when you get it, that's when an international driving license, I must say, yes, both the international and the national, just get your driving license while you are coming. It's going to be it's going to help you. It's going to make you can diversify yourself, based on your work or whatever you are talking about there. So that is it for the advantages of the gig economy. You can manage your time and manage your money the way you like. Also, you see your money every week. Another advantage of the gig economy, you see your money every week. I was getting paid every Monday. As a delivery guy, you see your money every week. So you don't have to wait till the end of the month for you to make plans with your money. You can just make plans with your money, like for Monday, and the money is there on Monday. You count your cool cash and you move on to the other stuff you are doing. Okay, but then there are also disadvantages. Now, the disadvantages for me is that it is very stressful. The Uber Eats or the delivery is very, very stressful. Okay, it is very stressful. You have to drive on the road, especially if you're using a bicycle or you're using the moped. You have to drive on the road, and that is very stressful. Number two, you are at the mercy of the restaurants. Okay, you are at the mercy of the restaurants. So when you go to deliver, restaurants that actually delay so much, I'm going to call the name here, is McDonald's. McDonald's, like, these guys are, they can delay for Africa, if I will put it that way. They can delay. When you go to make a delivery, they will just delay. They will take your whole time. Okay, so you are at the mercy of these guys in order to beat time, because your mission as a delivery guy is to deliver as much food as possible to the clients of Uber Eats, in the shortest time possible. So when you go there and these guys are delaying you at the restaurant, it can be very painful. And number two is, it is not favorable during the cold, during the winter period. Now we are already in autumn, like the leaves are already dying out, and we are gradually getting into winter. I went out to play basketball this evening, and I came back with the tips of my finger freezing out. Now this was like a clear sign to me that, hey, winter is coming. Winter is coming, and it's coming very, very fast. And during the delivery time, as during the winter, it is disadvantageous to delivery guys, especially those who are using their bicycle, or those who are using the moped, like the machine. You understand? So it is very, very disadvantageous to you if you are doing delivery at that point in time. So that's why I said there's also a disadvantage in this, in the delivery system. Why the advantage for those who are just coming in now is that you can control your money, and you can control, how much time you want to work. So that is it there. And then you are going to make an average of, you can make an average. For me, I was making an average of 400 zloty to about 1,000 zloty per week, depending on how much you want to work. Now this is almost like 300 to 500 euros per week. It's very lucrative. And Uber Eats, if you come to Europe as a student, in fact, one of the best things you can do is to be a delivery guy or a delivery driver. So that's why I say have your driving license. If you have your driving license, you have a double advantage. And what does this double advantage do for you? Now, this double advantage is that during the cold weather, during the winter time, you can actually have like a car. You can actually go rent out a car. And when you can rent a car, okay, it's going to be like, the best thing that can happen to you, because during the winter, people need people to make deliveries for them. During the winter period, that is when people need people to make deliveries for them. Please, if you're just coming in, you can share this live to someone who is going to be interested in it, okay, in hearing this story about work, who wants to come to Poland. Share this out, guys, share this out. And remember to drop your questions, because I'm going to be answering people's questions today. So in the Uber Eats business, you can make anywhere between 300 to 500 euros per week. It's very lucrative, believe me. So my advice to you on that is, come with your driving license. Come with your driver's license, whatever it is like. It's going to be very important for you in Europe in general, not just in Poland, okay? So that is it. That is for the gig economy. I was there and I have done it. I did it for 2 months, from August to September, and I used it to pay my rent. I used it to, to look after myself. It was super amazing for me. And that is that economy. So the next one that I did after I stopped doing the gig, I didn't actually stop doing it completely. In fact, my Uber Eats bag is still here. I can just jump on my bicycle now and go and start doing the Uber Eats. That is the beautiful thing about it. I just take my phone, boom, and I can just jump and go and start doing the Uber Eats stuff. So the next job that I did after the gig economy was the factory economy, where I worked in the bakery. I don't want to remember, believe me, like I really don't want to remember my time working in the bakery, but I just have to tell you about this. Like, it's part of the experience, okay? It's part of my job experience. So I really just want to just tell you that it wasn't easy working in a bakery, but then I worked in the bakery from September to October. After I had stopped working, after I had, slowed down my Uber Eats job, I went over in September to October. I was all about doing the bakery job, okay? And that is the most difficult 2 months of my stay in Poland. Those 2 months were the most difficult 2 months of my stay when I was working at the bakery. My back, my waist, everything was broken, okay? So let's take it chronologically. How did I get the bakery job? Yes, there are agencies. Once you come over to Poland, there are agencies that you can connect with, okay? And these agencies are going to give you, they are going to get these jobs for you. I can see some people watching. Please leave a like on this video. Please, if you are getting value from this video, please leave a like. Okay, please, please, please leave a like. Remember to share this out to someone else who wants to, know about it. Just drop your likes. All of you, I want to see equal likes for the video according to the people that are watching. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I love you all. So the second one I did, as I said, was the bakery, and I got this through a company. Yes, so you can just come here, and there are companies that what their job is to get people, recruit people for other businesses, for factories, like for the bakery, like for the sweet factory, and for these other big factories. So you just go to these agents, they take your details, and they give your details over to this, because it's difficult. If you think that you're going to just get these jobs yourself, it's going to be very difficult. You cannot walk into a big factory and just tell them to employ you. Okay, you cannot walk into a big factory and tell them, please employ me. My name is this person. So you have to go through these agencies. These agencies will take your document from you, and then you are going to, they are going to give you these jobs or tell you the jobs that are available. So what are the advantages of working in the bakery? For me, what were the advantages? The advantage was that I had a stable income. So just like anyone who does like a fixed job, you know that at the end of the month, a particular amount is coming. So you can budget what you want to do with your money, because you are sure that a particular amount is coming. As someone working in a bakery, I was sure of a fixed amount of money coming in every single month. And it was very, very, very wonderful for me, because as I could now do whatever I wanted without actually stressing out myself to meet up a particular need. I like the delivery. What the delivery job will make you is that you will be always, be on the edge. You always be on the edge. You'll be stressing yourself out to make sure that you actually reach, your expected goal. But then with working in the bakery, the company covers everything. All you need to do is to go there, do the job, and voila. So that is the first advantage, stable economy. And number two, the second advantage was the job security. Yes, as someone working in the bakery, you have more job security. Why? Because there are lots of things to learn when you work in the bakery or when you work in a particular factory. Okay, it takes processes for you to learn these things. And while you are learning these things, you learn them gradually. They cannot just fire you like that, because they need you and the skills you've learned from them. So there's a sort of job security, and people are not rushing over to those factories. Yes, because of some of the disadvantages which I'm going to talk about here. So the sweet factory, the bakery, there's job security there. That was my second job. And the disadvantage there was that it was very stressful. Like, believe me, I'm a young man, and I know how difficult it was for me as a young man. It was very stressful working at the bakery. My back, you are actually supposed to work like a machine. Yes, when you go to work in the bakery. Like, one thing you should know about the Polish people is that they are very hardworking. They are very hardworking people. Polish people are very hardworking people, and they do not joke when you come to work with them and you are not working hard. Yes, so you are often expected to work like a robot if you are working in the bakery or in a factory or in somewhere like that. You are expected to work like a robot. This can be hard for so many people. So that is actually it was very stressful for me. And also I had to work at night because I was a student. I had to take the night shift. And it affected me during the daytime. If I had classes the next day, that was more like, almost like the worst thing that can happen to you. Having classes, the next day as someone who is actually working, so working at night was a no-no for me, and it stressed me out for the 2 weeks. That was for the 2 months. So that is September and in October. And then that is actually that for the disadvantage. And then, but with this, I could earn about 3,000 euros every 3,000, sorry, not euros now, 3,000 zloty every single month. Yes, I could earn 3,000 zloty, which is about 600 euros, 600 to 700 euros, depending, every single month. Yes, you are assured of that, if you work in the bakery. So you are assured of that every month, 600. Maybe if you can work more shifts, you understand, like maybe it can go to around 700 to 800 euros. So that was my second job, working in the bakery. And my third job, as I would want to call it, the retail economy. I've talked about the gig economy, which was my first job, the factory economy, which was my second job. So my third job was the retail economy, which was working in a shop. Yes, working in a shop. Now, it's very difficult to find a black man working in a shop in Poland. It's very difficult to find that. But then I was able to make my way through that, system, and I got a job in the shop. After I got tired, after I almost broke my back working in the bakery, I was able to land work in a shop, which was sometime I think around November and December. I worked there November, December, into a little bit of January. I was working in the shop. Now, my main role as someone working in the shop was to actually, fix things. I was not a cashier or something like that, but was to just to fix things up in the shelves. You just put these things up. They just give you each of them. You just put them, and put them. That was just all I was doing. And then I had to also communicate with some of the customers when they will ask you, Chimash, this, do you have this? Do you have that? And I was able to communicate with few of them. So that was basically my job. But it was not a completely stressful job. In fact, it was one of the best, jobs that I actually did. I loved it. I loved the people. I worked in two shops. One is called Auschen, and the other one is called Bidronka. So I was in those two shops for about 2 months plus. So I worked there, and I got these jobs also from agencies. Yes, you have to know these agencies also. So I got these jobs from these agencies. Of course, I can't, someone will be like, okay, put these agencies out there for us to see. I cannot actually put any agency out there because you are not in Poland. It's not going to be useful for you. You have to be in Poland, and then you have to be with visa. You have to be with all of these things, for them to be able to give you these jobs. So I got you through an agency, and I think you just like I did for the bakery, and just another agency that is specialized on shops and on the malls. So with them, I was able to get this job, and it was a wonderful time for me there. So the advantages of that is that shopping here pays well. Yes, if you work in a shop, it pays well. When I worked in Auschen, I was like surprised. And I was getting up to 24 zloty per hour. It was good. When I worked in Bidronka, although it went down, to 23 zloty per hour, but it was good enough money. So working in the shop is very good. It's not like they pay well. Yes, working in the shop, they pay well. That is one thing you must understand. They pay well, and it's not difficult. It's not as difficult as working in the bakery. Okay, that was my story. It's not as difficult as working in the bakery. It is not as difficult as that. And then the advantages is that the disadvantage for me there was that I was working at night. Yes, I was working at night, and I always detested working at night. Although we still had customers coming in from every now and then, but I was working at night, and I detested this. But on average, and also, final thing was, it was very far from my house. The shop where I was working in was very, very far from my house, and for me, it was a no-no to work somewhere that is very far from my house. And I was able to earn about 3,500 to, 3,500 zloty. Yes, that was my earning from working in the shop, about 3,500 zloty. And it was, if I would say, 700 euros. Yes, 700 to 800 euros per month. Yes, 700 to 800 euros, which is quite good when you are living in Poland and you have to convert it to zloty. Although they pay you in zloty, though, I mean, like, that is how it is. Till finally, after going through these, what I will call these trainings, these, disciplinary, these early stages of my life, I was finally able to land myself into the white collar job section, okay, which was for me very amazing. I actually began working in an office in January. In January, I started working in an office after I had um done all of these jobs, after I have done the delivery, after I had done the bakery, and after I had worked in a shop, I was finally able to land a job in a company, not just an ordinary, a normal Polish company, but a company, a US company that is actually based, that is outsourcing, people here in Poland. And how was I able to land this job in this office that actually does pay well right now? How was I able to land it? I was able to land it through friends. Yes, through referral. Your greatest assets in Poland, I will repeat it again, is going to be those that you know. Do not let anybody fool you, or maybe something like that. When you come here, you start closing yourself up. You start closing yourself up. No. Your greatest asset in Poland will be your group of friends, the people you roll with. If the people you roll with are not able to offer you opportunities, I would say just cut that friendship and mingle yourself with only those who would be able to provide you with opportunities. So I got the job working in an office finally after I had suffered for close to 5 months through friends, through referral, and they referred me to this company, and I was able to submit my CV, and finally I was able to land this job. Okay, so your friends, so start building your networks. For those of you watching me from Africa right now, start building your network. If you're already in Poland, of course, you know what, you know how it's supposed to be. You should already have your network, your strong network of tightly knit people, okay, that actually that can support you, that you can call your buddies, that you can call your friends. Are you female, watching this, your friends. Be friends with anyone. Open up to people out there, and then tell them what you need. There's something we say in Igbo. I will say it in Igbo. I say, onye kompa ya enyere ya aka. You understand? If you say your problem, people would help you. But if you do not say your problem, believe me, everyone would think that you don't have any problem, and everyone will just keep going. So what are the advantages of working in the office for me that I've actually gotten after a long while? The advantages of working in the office for me was actually that I can be able to work with a flexible time right now. It's very flexible. I use my hand to give my schedule in this company where I work. It's not like they give you this schedule for 8 hours, for 9 hours, and you cannot change it. I use my hand to give myself this schedule. You understand? I use my hand to give myself this schedule, and I am able to take time off when I want, and time get back on whenever I want. So that is actually how interesting it is. That's actually how exciting it is. And then I would say the disadvantage of it is that it's actually still far from my house. Yes, the work is the job, the where I work is actually still far from my house. I have to go to the office. That's why I am still, in addition to what I'm doing, I'm still looking for, how will I call it now, like a remote job, which remote jobs are also out there, and then remote jobs. And from this work, I can be able to make 3,000 to 4,000 PLN, 4,000 zloty. I can be able to make 3,000 to 4,000. Yes, I can see people there. Thank you so much for the chat. Thank you so much for the chat. Remember, guys, that you can put your questions in the chat. Drop your questions in the chat, and I'm going to be answering them, okay? Any question you have, drop it right now in the chat. I'm going to be answering them. Even if you don't continue watching on this live, you can come back to watch the replay later and see, the answers that were put forward to your questions. And but if I don't get any question, it's fine. I'm going to leave. I'm going to drop the live, and then that is just going to be it. I'm going to answer other questions that are going to come up later in the comment section. So you can make 3,000 to 4,000 PLN, and then somewhere, this around somewhere 600 to 800 euros, 600 to 900 euros per month, almost 1,000 euros per month. So that is a good income. That is a good income. And so with that, you could see that I had transitioned. There are some people who come into Poland and then they get this job, these very beautiful jobs, for the first time. But I actually enjoyed transitioning. I actually enjoyed moving from stage to stage. I actually did enjoy the process it took me. I actually did enjoy the learning process, with me working with Polish people, Ukrainians, with just every kind of people, like the Indians, like it was just an amazing process. And that is basically my life story from in here for the past 1 year. It's not been easy, but I've been able to navigate the waters, through experience, through mixing up with people, through you know, going out there to look for what I want. And that is just it, guys, with that story. So if you have any question, you can actually put your question forward. Okay, I'll be willing to answer any question. If I see any, if I see any question, I will be willing to answer. So Manu, I thank you for the chats you dropped. So if you wish to ask me any question, just feel free to do that, because I'm free to take questions. And it has been a process of growth for me. And I would want all of you also coming from Africa right now that are going to watch this to know that it's also going to be a process of growth for you. There is no jumping the hooks. There is no running through the hooks. Like sometimes you can come and then you can be favored, and then you can, like, someone can help you out instantly. But then when you do not get these, do not be downcast. It got to me at a point I was so personally broken and terrible, feeling like, am I in the wrong place, or will I ever get what my mates are getting? But then finally, with the aids of people, with communicating with people, talking with people, I was able to get this done. Okay, so that is just it. Don't be downcast. If you are going to be coming, know that you are going to have this imposter syndrome once you come here. You are going to feel like a full imposter because of the language. Yes, I am actually learning the Polish language. Like, I am actually learning the Polish language very much. So one more thing also, if you're watching this right now, okay, and or anytime you're going to see this, okay, try to be learning the Polish language. I don't, like, believe me, there is actually no negative with learning the Polish language. Try to be learning the Polish language. There is no negative. I have not seen any negative whatsoever. All those who know the Polish language have always benefited. You understand? So you can always mix in properly. The imposter syndrome is going to reduce drastically. Believe me, since I started taking the Polish language seriously, I'm trying to learn it. I'm not very hard on myself, but then I'm just trying to learn the basic thing. At least when I see you, I can be able to, you say, dzień dobry, jestem Rafael, this, that, little things, just the normal basic things. I can be able to start a basic communication. The imposter syndrome has reduced. My confidence level has gone, has skyrocketed. So I can see you and I can, interrogate you immediately. Or maybe if you interrogate me, I can be able to say certain things, and I can be able to at least say what I have in mind. So when you have that, one thing good about the Polish people you need to know is that Polish people are not super, super, super open to everybody. But then when they find out that you are willing to, learn their language, you are willing to, if you are willing to, get something from them, then they will be able to, they can open up to you. Once they know you are willing to learn their language, believe me, they will open up to you. So someone is saying something here. Oh, okay. Sorry for that. Someone is saying something. Someone said, I've been watching your videos for some time, and sorry. I've been watching your videos for some time, and I appreciate your effort in putting all of these, for us. By God's grace, I will be coming to join you next year, and I hope. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's okay. I hope also that you are going to make it, down to this place. Although, okay, fine. Both getting guidance and direction from me is not going to be a problem. It has always been my thing to help people out. So getting guidance and direction would be no problem at all. I will be willing to help anyone who needs. Most people who contact me via my Instagram handle, what do? I actually do help them. You ask me a question and I just give you the answer straight away. I don't waste too much time. So that is just it. So if you have any question here, you can put it about the embassy. the embassy stuff and every other thing. Right now it's very difficult at the embassy, and I understand. I actually put out a video some few days ago saying, or maybe trying to, how will I call it now, like saying the reason why it is difficult right now at the embassy. Okay, it's not going to be very, very easy. Now, things are difficult in Poland, and things are difficult in Europe generally. But I'm getting hints that there are countries that are actually going to be looking for people anytime soon. So what happens is, once I get those countries, I'm going to immediately bring them out for you guys. I actually did look at another country, which is Australia. So as I said, please keep your options open. So that's why I looked at Australia the last time. Keep your options open. Do not be eyes locked, to just one country. Keep your options open. It's always going to be very important to you. And for the Australia opportunity that I put out, like few days ago, the Australian opportunity, yes, that opportunity is very big. And believe me, you have to keep your eyes on that opportunity. And I'm going to also update all of you. I'm going to update you guys, along the way. So that is just it for this video, guys. So no one has a question, a particular question, only someone, saying that he's going to be with us soon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can feel free to like it, share it out to someone now. The video is going to be uploaded now on the platform. And thank you all for sticking by. And I'm going to see you in my next video, where I'm going to be talking about, every opportunity that you can find out there. Thank you so much for those who stood by to hear this story. And I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye bye, everyone. And have a good night, because I'm going to cook now. I'm going to cook. Yes, it's late, but I'm going to cook tomato sauce stew. Bye bye.